again to my channel, Love of Fibers. I'm Liz. You can find me on Instagram under Love of Fibers, also on Ravelry under Love of Fibers, and obviously here on YouTube under Love of Fibers. Today, I just want to talk about something special that's fresh off my needles, as you can see, and we'll get into this in a little bit. And also, talk about all my finished objects so far and what I have just casted on, and also some projects that unfortunately I have to frog. So let's get right into it. So today I am wearing the Tolsta Tee, and this is by Rebecca Clow. It's a super cute, comfortable summer tee. It's a raglan construction and short sleeves. The pattern is really easy to follow, very well explained. I decided to do, and it's encouraged to do modifications. She actually includes in the pattern an extra pattern, which is all the modifications that all her testers did. I love how this turned out. I love the fit. As you can see, it's a raglan construction, and I made a few modifications. So for the collar, I didn't cast on the stitches called for my size. I casted on the stitches called for size 4 because I wanted some extra room. I wanted a nice relaxed collar. So my modification was that I did a twisted rib, which I love. I also did a folded collar. So it's great. I know some people, folded collars for summer might be a bit much, but because of the yarn that I'm using, I was very comfortable doing that because it still feels super, super comfortable, super relaxed. And then for my ribbings here, I also did twisted ribs. The sleeves I made the size 4 because I wanted that extra room because it's summer. I don't want anything thick and hugging my arm. So I did the size 4, which was great because then, when I pick up to attach the sleeve, you add extra stitches. So then the total was a good amount. I also added the 2 extra stitches on each side, to prevent those holes when attaching. And I also added a few more rows after my raglan increases, just plain stockinette, because I wanted a little bit more length here. I didn't want this to be so close under my underarm just because, again, summer and I don't want anything, on my body. So I tried it on, and the fit was perfect, but I just wanted a little bit more length. So just to have this extra breathing room, so I did that. And then for the body itself, I did what it was called for, the length. I'll include a little video of the whole, the fitting and everything off the top, so you can appreciate the entire top because it's gorgeous and it fits really, really nice. It's really loose. The yarn that I use is so soft, so comfortable, great to work with. It had a really nice stitch structure before I blocked it, but after I blocked it, it was like beautiful, like nice and flat and all together. And also the drape, just gorgeous drape after blocking. And like again, I said, I love it. It feels comfortable. Of course, the pattern is great, but also, it has to do a lot with the yarn. So I made sure I picked like a yarn that that I was really happy with. I bought 7 of these, I believe. I got these at Blue Pearl during the yarn crawl, the New Jersey Wool Walk, and I only ended up using like 5.5. So I have 1 extra left and a half of the other. These are 50 grams. This is cashmere merino silk. It's a DK weight. It's just beautiful, and the color's Goldilocks. I picked up so many beautiful yarns during the New Jersey Wool Walk. I did a video of that, so if you want to, just kind of check out those local yarn stores or see all my acquisitions, and I kind of go into it a little bit more of, each yarn, you can check that out. It's on my YouTube, but I'll also link it, so if you want to take a look. But anyway, this is just beautiful yarn, and I would buy this again, and I would work with this again. Nice to work with, slides off your needle, doesn't split, just beautiful stitch definition, as you can see here. So yeah, this is fresh off the needles. So it just finished drying yesterday. And so yeah, I'm wearing it today. Beautiful. I love it. Feels super comfortable. And I would totally make this pattern again. I have like all these combinations. I wanted something solid, but I would love to do something in stripes. So, you know, classic, like your maybe like an off-white and a navy, or an off-white and a black. These are finished objects that I did from January to now. We're in June. Yes, we're in June. So this would be my project for June that I finished. So another finished object that I did was the Sophie Shawl. And this Sophie Shawl, you guys, it's fantastic. So bought I bought both the scarf and the shawl, and then I ended up doing the small. Originally wanted to make the medium, but I didn't have enough yarn. So I ended up making the small. So it's a small shawl. It's not like, you know, big shawl, but it's nice, and you can use it as a little scarf, and it's so beautiful. The pattern is really easy. The pattern sequence is great to follow. Once you get it, it's quick. It's finished with an I-cord, and you start, increasing as you go until you get to like the middle here, like halfway point, and then you continue, and then you start decreasing until the other end. And it's super fun, super easy to do. And the best part though was this yarn. This is Malabrigo Arroyo. It's a DK weight. The color is pearl, if anyone's interested. And it's just really beautiful. It's soft, fluffy, it's airy, and it was a pleasure to knit with. And this pattern I recommend to anyone. And the cool thing is, when you buy it, you get 3 sizes. So you have the small, the medium, and the large. So I bought some yarn, and I want to make a medium. So that's probably for fall. I bought this beautiful navy blue color for it, and that's something nice to have, as part of my wardrobe. My next finished object that I have is, you guys, these are fantastic. They're the penny gloves from Petite Knit, and they're just beautiful. So these are really fun to make because they're really easy. You're pretty much just knitting and purling and making some increases. I casted on one, and it was like immediate. I finished right away, and I right away was like, I need to make the other one. So I cast it on right away, blocked them and everything, and they're just gorgeous, really, really beautiful. They are, they have one purl row around it to finish. I think that's such a beautiful little detail that enhances the gloves. And I made these with 100% alpaca from Drops. And what a gorgeous yarn this is. This is a yarn that I would use over and over again. I actually want to make another pair navy blue. I have navy blue, and they're just really beautiful. Look how pretty they are. And they fit so nice. They're really comfortable. They're so pretty. And again, like I said, the pearl row at the end to finish really, this, it's the little things, I tell you, the little things that make these little patterns so pretty and unique. And so these are great if you're looking for like a quick project that is super satisfying. Definitely take a look at the penny gloves from Petite Knit. They're really great and fun to knit up. My next finished object that I'm so happy about is what I'm calling my Madeupraglan. And if you saw my video for the yarn crawl for New Jersey Wool Walk, you will see my my raglan. So here it is. This is my baby, my beautiful raglan sweater. I finished this right on time to wash and block for the New Jersey Wool Walk, and it was a hit. And so this raglan, I have made with this one 3 raglans. So the first 2 were gifts, and I wanted to make one for myself, but I wanted just, a basic raglan to just have in my wardrobe. And I wanted to kind of do my own thing. I already understood the construction of it, and I know my body, and I know how I like my garments to fit. So I decided to kind of play around with, cast on stitches and see what I wanted to make. And so I ended up making this gorgeous, gorgeous raglan that I am in love with. The color also. So for the collar, I just kept on playing, casting on, pulling back, and just seeing at what point was I comfortable. What did I want? I wanted a double collar. I knew that. I knew I wanted twisted rib, but I didn't know if I wanted a mock neck or maybe like a crew neck. I ended up going with a mock neck, and it turned out really beautiful. I'm super happy with that decision. And so I created this raglan, and so I did twisted rib for all the ribbing for my cuffs. I'm gonna put a video for you guys so you can like me modeling it, so you can just really appreciate, you know, the sweater itself. I did twisted rib. I also did twisted rib here on the bottom. And like I said, it's just your typical raglan with raglan increases here. I made it a little bit cropped so I can wear it with my, you know, high-waisted jeans or even over a dress or with a skirt. And the fit is really beautiful. And I just like, I'm in love with this raglan, and I will make many more. As I went, I was taking notes. So if I want to recreate this specific fit, I can. Again, this was knitted up on, I want to say, I did a 4.5 millimeter needle for my ribbings, and then I did a 5.5 for the body and the sleeves. I used for that sweater the Mayflower New Sky Light. I bought this on the hobby website. I ended up buying 4 of these, but I only used 2.5, I think, to create that, because this has so much yardage. It has 300 meters, which is 328 yards. It's a 50-gram ball. This is 35% alpaca, 35% wool, and 30% polyamide. It's really beautiful. It's airy and fluffy and creates such a beautiful stitch. Because I wanted to wear this sweater through spring, early spring and fall, I wanted the material to breathe. So what I did was, and to have some drape also, I added 100% bamboo to it. And I also got that in hobby. It was their Black Friday bamboo pack deal or something. Such a great buy. The only bad thing was that they're small skeins, so I was constantly, you know, having to attach. So I had a lot of ends to weave in. But with this was great because this brings a lot. So I only used 2.5 of this. The other one, I used all 10 actually. I used all 10, so I don't have anything to show you for that one. But this one, like I said, I only used 2.5. So I have 1.5 left. But just gorgeous yarn, and creates really beautiful, a beautiful fabric. As you can tell, you know, here in this raglan, you can see this beautiful, beautiful fabric. And like I said, I'll put little videos so you can see, you can really appreciate the sweater. I just wanted to show you guys how cute the sweater came out. It's a top-down raglan, and I made it a little cropped so I can put it in my jeans. So you see how it folds right here. I can wear it with a skirt. It's super light, soft, and comfortable. It drapes really nicely, and no itch factor, which is so important and so key. So all I have is like my bra underneath, and I'm super comfortable. So this is my little raglan, and I love it. So that's it for my finished objects. As far as knitting, I created for my yarn because I was tired of my yarns just rolling around every time. I tend to work with like 2 and 3 strands because I just mix my yarns. So I ended up making with like just scrap yarn that I had. I ended up making these little yarn cozies, and I love them. I crochet these, and they're super quick with any scrap that you have. I made an 100-gram one, and I made a 50-gram one that can hold 50 or 25, which is holding my my yarn now of my project that I just casted on, which I'll show you in a bit. This finished object is sewing. So I am trying to teach myself how to sew, as you heard on my first video, and this was my first item that I made, and it's a project bag, and I think it turned out pretty great. So it has a nice flat bottom so it can stand up. And I put also a cotton handle on it that I can hold on my wrist. And the inside has pockets. So I made a big pocket to put patterns and notebooks. And then I made 2 pockets for like smaller notions. And it's pretty I think it turned out pretty nice. And I like that it's soft, it stands up, but it's soft enough to put inside a tote bag or to pack and take with you to travel. I've taken it on my walks. I can just put it on my wrist and, walk and knit as I go. So, yeah, pretty nice. This is all cotton, and I did batting inside for some structure and just cotton cord. So I want to make some other bags, maybe some with zippers for smaller projects like socks and hats and things like that. So this is my sewing project that I finished, and I am pretty proud of that. Let's talk about what I've casted on. So since I finished my Tolsta Tee, I have a lot of patterns that I really want to work on for spring and summer. And so my next project that I just cast it on today, actually, it is the Peacock tee from Lynette. And I wanted to try, I've never done lace. So that tee is really, really pretty and has a really beautiful lace uh, pattern here. And I am actually using the yarn that the pattern calls for, which is the Sanis Garnline. And I actually found this Sanis Garline at the Blue Pearl during the New Jersey Wool Walk. This is the terracotta color, and like I said, I just cast it on today, so I'm excited to work on this. Remember I mentioned my little cozy for 25 or 50 grams of yarn is this one right here, and it's so convenient. I love it. For acquisitions this month, I picked up some cotton yarn at Yarn Montclair. I was there for a day hanging out, and I passed by the shop to check out what they had in cotton, and they had this King Cole. I think this is from the UK. Yes, it is from the UK. This is 100% cotton, and it's DK weight, but it's really beautiful and it's really soft. I wanted to try this, so I picked up about 5, enough for like a summer tee, but I don't have a pattern in mind yet for this. So, but it's a really beautiful color, so I'm excited to see what I make with this, but definitely a summer tee with this one. And then this beautiful blue, I didn't buy. This was a gift for my daughter for Mother's Day. It's so pretty, this blue. So pretty. And like I said, she got this for me for Mother's Day. She got me enough that I can make a pair of socks with this. So pretty. And she even lined them up for me. So I have 2 little cakes. This is Simplicity by Haiku, I think. I'm not 100% sure is that how you pronounce it. It is 55% merino superwash, 28% acrylic, 17% nylon, 50 grams, 107 meters, which is 117 yards. I've never used this yarn. I've seen it before, but I've never used it. It's really, really soft, so it'll make really great socks. And I love blue, so she got me blue. It's like one of my favorite colors. I'm excited to use this. My next acquisition was in Paris. So I went to Paris for a week. It was a mother-daughter trip. It was for my daughter's high school graduation, but it was during COVID, so we had to postpone, and we finally did it this year. She just finished her sophomore year in college, and basically we moved her out, and within 2 days we left to Paris. We were there for about 6 days. It was such a nice trip. The weather was fantastic, so we were able to walk everywhere and explore. I had been there before, but it was her first time. So I, visited a few things that I had already visited before, but she hadn't, so we did it. And like I said, the weather was beautiful. The low was like 50 and the high was like 62 and sunny, no humidity. So it was beautiful. It was just gorgeous to, walk all of Paris. While there, I did visit 3 yarn stores, beautiful yarn stores. And I made a mental note because I visited kind of like at the beginning of the trip. And I was like, okay, mental note, on Sunday, I'll come back. So we were leaving on a Monday. So it was like on Sunday, I'll come with my tote and I'll go to all the yarn stores, pick up all the yarn that I want and any notions and things like that because I wanted to get some knitting needles. And guess what? Sundays and Mondays, the yarn stores are closed. So how did I find this out? So Saturday at 6:57, I'm walking down the street and I see one of the yarn stores that I had gone in before, and I just kind of jumped in and I start talking to one of the sales ladies. I'll come back tomorrow. I'm planning Sunday to be my day when I go to the yarn stores to pick up everything that I want because I'm leaving on Monday. And she goes to me, the yarn stores are closed on Sunday and Monday. I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? So here I am, and all I met, so I ran and I was like, oh my gosh, she was closing. And so I managed to run in and just grab, I wanted to get my hands on Filcolana Arwetta. It's very difficult to get this here. I don't even think you can. I think you gotta have to get it shipped from the UK or something. But anyway, so I managed to, I knew exactly where it was. I had been there before. And I run in and I grabbed a few of these. It is 80% superwash wool, 20% nylon. It's 50 grams, 210 meters. And it's beautiful. It's super soft. Let me see what color. The color is 270. It's like a navy blue. Let me see if the camera will play nice and pick up the color. Let's see. I have to get out of the frame, I guess. Look how pretty that blue is. So I ended up just grabbing a few of these, and that's all I managed that. And also I grabbed I wanted to try the ginger needles. They're from Knit Pro, which is Knitter's Pride for us here. So the same cables work for both, and they had them there, the shorties. So I ended up getting these. These are the ginger 3mm shorties. I think they're like 3.5 inches long. So I grabbed these needles, and basically she locked up while I was grabbing the needles. She was like, you have to pay because I'm closing up. So that's the only yarn I was able to grab. The other yarn stores had yarn that I wanted, that I had said I'll be back to get and get on Sunday so I can pack them up, and we were leaving on Monday. But I ended up not being able to do that. But lesson learned. Now I know if I ever go back and I want to grab something, I'm gonna end up just grabbing it the same day, because I had gone like after lunch and we had like a whole day plan, and we had tickets for museums and different things, and I didn't want to walk around with a bag. But mental note for myself that next time I have to either go, like, take some time out, go get what I need, put it back in the flat, and then go and do my stuff, because Sunday, Monday, they're closed. And someone told me that actually one of them was also closed on Tuesday. So yeah. So FYI, if anybody, decides to go, make sure you grab your yarn before a Sunday or Monday. And so that was my acquisition for this month. And I also grabbed this. I had been wanting to get this, the Lane Publishing magazine. I think this is 17. Yes, this is 17, number 17, which is the summer issue. And it's so pretty. I love these magazines and their books. I pretty much love everything they publish. Would love to collect all of them. This one is a super fun one because it has a lot of cute summer patterns. So a lot of inspiration, a lot of stories. And one of my favorite knitters has a pattern in here. There we go. So the Tobakika, her name is Veronica Lindbergh, and she designed this cardigan for them. It's so pretty. And so, like I said, there's so many beautiful things in here. And look at this beautiful summer camisole. Oh, that color also. So I'm excited to go through this, and maybe, like I said, so much inspiration in here. Definitely cast on some of these projects. It's such a gorgeous magazine, and you have all the patterns in the back. So this was a high on my list purchase. So I have 2 WIPs that unfortunately I'm gonna have to frog, which is these pair of socks. These are just plain vanilla socks. Look at this gorgeous yarn. Look how pretty. So, yep. So anyway, I have to frog this because it's too big for my foot. I don't know why it turned out so big. I was following the vanilla sock YouTube video for the crazy sock lady, which is fantastic, by the way. So I love the design. It's too big. So I have a small foot and a skinny foot. So I need to frog this and make it again because this yarn is just beautiful. Let me see if I can get you to appreciate that. Yep, look at that, how pretty that is. So I will definitely cast on and make a pair of socks again with this. So I'll have to frog this. And then another thing that I'm so sad about that I have to frog, it is my honey cardigan, which is from Kika. And I love this cardigan and I love this pattern. And look how gorgeous it is, you guys. It's so pretty. Let me just show you. Look how pretty. So there. Is it focusing in? Yes. Look how pretty. So I had done, this is the back panel, the ribbing. I had done, this is the back. I just needed a little bit more to finish the back. But I'm going to have to frog this because I miscalculated the yarn. This is the yarn. Look how pretty this is. It's so fluffy and gorgeous. Look how pretty. I'm doing 2 strands to get this to meet gauge. And I miscalculated, so I didn't buy enough yarn. And I went to Hobby to see if they have this color, and they have every other color except this one. Because I would have, I would have just saved it and bought the extra yarn needed, but they don't have it in stock. So if I frog it and use this yarn for something else, or do I hold on to it and just leave it on the side and see if Hobby restocks this color, and then I can purchase the extra yarn that I need to finish the project. So I have to think about that because I just really love this. And like I said, it's so pretty and it's coming out super, like, just nice. It creates a really beautiful, fluffy, airy fabric. So I'm kind of sad about that. But like I said, maybe I'll just hold on to it and see if Hobby restocks that color. I'm excited to keep working on my Peacock tee. This is just, I just cast it on and maybe knitted a couple of rows, and this knits up really nicely. It's nice to work with. It's the first time I work with line, but I've heard great things about it. It's such a great summer fiber. And I'm excited to work on this Peacock tee. It'll be my first time working on lace. I've never done lace. And just the t-shirt is so gorgeous. So I'll keep you posted on my Instagram. Thank you so much for watching. If you like my video, please like, subscribe, feel free to share, comment. I'll read your comments. Happy knitting.